topic will be like O-levels. Well, it's not really a vlog, I guess it's something that I wanted to discuss, and I feel like I can't express it simply with like DMing, so I'm just gonna like make this video to like make people understand like how I transition from SP to RP and some of the questions that you might be asking if you just finish your O-levels and whether should I apply JAE or DAE or whatnot. Okay, for those who know me, I was from during secondary, and after that I transitioned to SP during Diploma in Information Technology, so DIT, and I applied from O-levels to DIT through the normal JAE. And then after that, I went to RP through DAE, which was direct admission exercise. Through JAE, I had 12 choices, whereas in DAE, I only had 3 choices. And if you wanted to apply through DAE, you need to apply directly to the school you want to, because they all have separate admission. So basically, join application exercise, join admission exercise. And JAE is the standard one where you get 12 choices, and then there'll be a slip of paper which says the courses that you are eligible to enter. What that means is basically you met the minimum requirements, not necessarily the cut-off point, which, for example, you need a pass in English and you managed to meet the requirements. This does not necessarily mean you can get into the course. From past experience, all my 12 choices, the top 7 was way off my cut-off point, explicitly saying I scored 18 for my O-levels, and I applied to courses like business and the cut-off point was 12, and there's even another course which I only didn't meet the requirements by 2 points, and I didn't get all my choices until 12th choice, which was Ngee Ann Poly's nursing, but I rejected it. And so I decided to apply to SP, which was nearer to my home, through JAE appeal. So basically they give you the results, and then if you did not like the results, you can appeal for another course. And so this JAE appeal requires you to meet the cut-off points too. So not only you meet the requirements, you need to meet the cut-off points. So 18 could get me into information technology in SP, and so that's where I ended up in. Many teachers have told me like, top 4, oh, you can put anything you like, whether you don't meet requirement, you don't meet the point, just put it. And the last 4, you put what you can enter and what you're safe in. And let me tell you straight, me and some of my friends will tell you that this is all make-believe fantasy. I'm not speaking for everyone, but I'm speaking from personal experience. I don't know the system, I don't know exactly for sure, but from experience-wise, I would say that you should put something that you did not meet the cut-off point by about 1 or 2 only, and not something that you drastically did not meet. Because what if you were to get your 10th choice? That would be much worse than something that you were like, oh, I met the cut-off point, I think I prefer this over something else. So my advice is to choose something that you met your cut-off point, like realistically speaking. Cold weather. Okay, some of my friends, they didn't even meet anything, and they were like directed to a school that they didn't even put their choices in, and that's the worst. Like, you didn't even get your 12 choices and you were thrown to another school like the other end of Singapore. I would say that really think through what you want, and also something that realistically you will get into. Like, you put your dream choice as first, obviously, but for the next 2 choices, put something you will get into. So, moving on. As you know, I'm from Republic Poly and Diploma in Sports Coaching. How I transitioned from SP to RP was through direct admissions exercise, which is DAE. Why I transitioned? Firstly, due to personal reasons, and secondly, because I have no interest of studying IT. I didn't like programming, I dislike it. And basically, the way that you study is also important. RP has a different structure from the rest of the 4 polys. I will tell you later because I want to discuss DAE first. So basically, DAE is a scheme where you do not meet the requirements or even the cut-off points, and polys give you a chance to enter the course even without meeting the requirements. You have to apply to the poly directly. So if you wanted a course in SP, you have to directly apply there. Because it's not like JAE, you can just apply one shot to multiple polys. It needs to be directly processed in that poly itself. And I applied through it because I was not eligible for JAE anymore because I applied to a poly through it previously, so I had to use DAE. And for DAE, I made 3 choices, which was firstly diploma in sports coaching, secondly diploma in outdoor adventure learning, and sports science. Yeah, I got an interview for sports coaching. So basically, they will call you up and for an interview, and they're like, "Oh, can you come down at this timing, and then we'll interview you." And so I just went there with no portfolio whatsoever, and it was a one-on-one talk, and they will ask you like, what's your background in sports, and like what did you do, why you want a future in here, what is the difference between sports coaching and sports and exercise sciences, that kind of things. I don't know if a portfolio will help you. Honestly, that helped a lot of people in EAE, but for DAE, I'm not so sure. I didn't bring anything, I just brought myself, and I was literally just dressed with jeans and a dry fit shirt. I guess because I was applying to a sports course, I was like, let's just do it. After that, I had to wait weeks for the email to accept me, and alhamdulillah, thankfully, I got accepted. So that's just how I transitioned from SP to RP. And yeah, that's it. Okay, lastly, I wanna speak about my diploma in sports coaching. Woo! My course structure is like most exams are open book, and we actually play games, and it's an exam. So for example, I play football for 1 whole semester, and we are examining. Oh my god, what is the word? Okay, basically there is an exam for football lah. So there will be a goal post, and then we have to score top corner. That kind of thing. We have agility test, so we have to dribble the ball around cones. And we have things like that, and it's considered an exam, so you get A, B, C, fail, that kind of thing. We also have swimming, and there's badminton. And don't worry if you have no knowledge of the sport, your counterparts will help you. We'll be playing like from 8:30 to 11 o'clock, so we're just gonna practice and practice and practice until you get it in your head. The thing about RP is almost everyone is given a chance to go overseas, and I went for 2 overseas trips already. My bonding trip with my course to Indonesia, and also Korea to visit the land of Taekwondo, and it was a fun experience. Yeah. If you think that you can't meet the course requirements of my course, you can try to apply for another course, which is my brother's course. It's diploma in outdoor and adventure learning. It's quite fun actually. You do kayaking. Yeah, instead of doing football, you do kayaking, and then you go to reservoirs and do, what is that called? An expedition. It's also rock climbing. So don't worry if you're scared of heights, scared of falling. I mean, there will be also people who have a fear of doing something, but that course will teach you how to overcome those fears and also be safe. Yeah, and that's about it. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to DM me on my socials or just leave comments. And that's about it. So till the next time, bye. I think it's the different angle.